Hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about what it actually means to be an embodied meaning in your body, divine feminine, and in that divine feminine frequency, because that energy is the most potent and powerful frequency and energy on the planet. And it is the most highly sought after and coveted energy in the world, but it really is like a diamond in the rough because so few people actually embody it, because most of us are not actually in our bodies, right? And we're not actually connected to these higher chakras, the heart, the throat, the all intuitive eye, your channel. This is mediumship, this is your authenticity. Your heart is your magnetism, because the energy and the emotions get stuck in the lower chakras, right? And intuition and light energy, it works from the ground up. And so if your root, your sacral, your solar plexus chakras are not open, it's like the energy can't come up and through. And so, because think about it, people try to address their anxiety, their overthought, their hypervigilance, all of these sort of heady energies from the head, right? And it's like, well, yes, you're in your head because you're not in your body, right? And so people, I feel like, really have it backwards when it comes to healing, because they try to address the issues of their mind from their mind, when really you actually need to work from the ground up, starting with your body, because this part of you is not in your body, right? And your energy, like your intuition, your connection, your channel, your heart, all of these things are actually not blocked. It's the lower chakras that hold the density, right? The fear, the lack, the scarcity, the manipulation, the power dynamics, the emotions, the anger, the bitterness, the resentment, the shame. All of these lower density emotions are held in the body. And so what people don't necessarily understand about healing, especially, the healing anxiety and all of those like overthought patterns, is it really starts with addressing the body. And it's not a lot of times it's not necessarily safe to be in your body. And so the coping mechanism is to live up here in the mind and the head. But that's where people, trust me, I say had because I got a new chart, which is a story for a different day. 6 planets in air. Like, I was a goddamn space cadet, right? And so the fact that can be empowered and grounded in my body with like not a single fucking thought in my brain is like a fucking miracle. And the way that I was able to do that is by coming back into my body. But in order to be in your body, you have to clear out these emotions and these dense vibrations, right? Because what happens is you want to be magnetic. You want to manifest more abundance, more love, more joy, more happiness, more fulfillment. But your energetic tank, like picture your body like an energetic tank, right? It's full of your past. It is full of these emotions around fear, around anger, around heartbreak, around shame. Shame is a big one, right? You hold your shame in your womb. All of these energies in your body. And so to heal it, it takes a lot of bravery and a lot of courage to kind of like expunge these lower, darker density emotions from your body. And so for me, I really take a ground up approach to healing, because you have to start with the embodied, because whatever you hold in your body is what is reflected and manifested to you in your 3D, right? Think about an orange. If you squeeze an orange, what comes out, right? Orange juice. Whereas whatever you squeeze out of your body is what literally comes out. So if you're holding a lot of fear, a lot of lack, and a lot of abundance, that is what is going to be squeezed out into your reality, right? And if you want to like see something in the mirror, right? If you want to see an orange in a mirror, you just hold an orange in the mirror, right? If what you want is not being reflected back to you, it's not because the universe lacks oranges, right? It's because you just haven't placed the orange in front of the mirror. And so if you want to receive and manifest anything in your life, it has to be embodied in your body. And so the way that you do this and you raise your vibration, it's a very physical process. And we start at the root because in order for healing to happen, safety has to be there. And the number one thing I see with women is women don't feel safe in their bodies. Like I would say probably 95 to 99% of women do not feel safe in their bodies. And that's, I could go into a lot of tangents about that, but that's where people are, are safe in control. They overwork, they overhustle, or they go into more of the victim, manipulative, overly emotional energy. There's usually two kind of coping mechanisms. They try to control everything and work to have some sort of sense of safety, or the opposite, where they are actually more of like the wounded feminine archetype, right? And so healing looks like coming back into your body and feeling safe in your body. And so you have to look at the root chakra, which governs your safety, your security, your stability, and your support. It's also confirmation. It's also your ability to feel like happy and content and fulfilled, right? Because I always say, think of like a rock. Like a rock is just a rock. It's just sitting there. It's sitting there all just grounded, solid, not full of any fear, not full of any scarcity. It's just like solid. And so when you can feel solid and when you can feel safe and you can tap into that abundance of the root of the overflowing replenishment of resources as Mother Earth is designed, right? I really look at the root much like Mother Earth. I'm like, she's abundant, she's plentiful, she is resourceful, she just trusts the flow, right? We're talking about our root. And then once safety is there, then we can go up to some of these other chakras, right? And so that is where the healing starts. It really isn't about that grounded safety. And so if you want to have a glow up, it's like I say, glow up from the ground up, right? And then the other thing about being a divine feminine woman is once your energy and your light starts to turn back on because you start to feel safe in your body, you're able to process these emotions and these feelings, right? Because if you actually don't feel safe, you don't actually feel safe to go there with yourself and have the courage to look at those emotions and really crack open your heart and take your power back. When we talk about taking about your power back, we're looking at the solar plexus and the sacral. Right? And so then we need to activate boundaries because boundaries is another one main thing where I see women just let whatever is in the reality come in. And so when we can amp up our self-worth and our self-value, our inner trust and our inner happiness with ourselves starts to come back online. And we literally take back our energy. Because then what happens is you start shining your bright light, everyone wants a fucking piece of you, right? And so if you're letting any Joe Schmo walking down the street have some of your energy, then you end up being depleted and exhausted, right? Because you're radiating from light and then you just let someone else come in dirty and dampen and darken your light. And so it requires having such strong boundaries and self-trust to really be your own masculine, right? To prioritize your own energy. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy because it's you actually because you start embodying this divine light and this divine love energy, you just want to give it to share it with everyone, right? But it's actually you need to have boundaries and standards, raise your standards about who has access to that divine light. Because think about the lighthouse in the dark of the night. Everyone's going to see it. Everyone is going to be naturally drawn to it. And so you need to have those boundaries And especially after you've done all of the hard work to process and release all of these emotions, trust me, you don't want to let just like anyone come back in and like that, because then you have to like redo the process all over again, right? And so your boundaries are there to provide and protect and support you so that you can just naturally be in your light. And life gets a lot easier once you're radiating in your light, because the opportunities, the abundance, the blessings, the aligned friendships, the love of your life then just find you. And your life becomes a lot more relaxed, peaceful, easy, more full of flow, because you're just the one that's attracting and pulling everything in with your feminine energy. And it looks like you get to just rest and play a lot and focus on all of the things that make you fucking happy, right? Because you prioritizing your play and your pleasure and your joy is actually all that is required for things to just be funneled into you, right? And then you can just take aligned action from there, because action speeds up your receiving, which receiving brings me to the heart, right? Your heart is your magnetism. Your heart is the most powerful of all the chakras, because this is where you manifest. This is where your higher self lives. This is your pull, right? This is your lighthouse. This is your heart center. But what blocks the heart center is codependency, is people pleasing, is overgiving, right? Is feeling unsafe, being vulnerable, right? And so what happens is two people hold what blocks the heart is like judgment and not forgiving, right? Like not being forgiving. Like forgiveness is what opens the heart. And so you actually have to kind of forgive and reconcile your past pains in order to and really grief, like, right? Like feel safe enough to feel the pain, right? And that is going to literally flood your heart open for you to receive more, because the heart is where we receive. But if all you're doing is doing this, then you're not allowing yourself to open bigger to then allow the flow to come in. And so then we also need those boundaries with ourselves to not always be overgiving at the depletion of ourselves, right? Because so many people give so much love that they have no love left for themselves, right? Because we forgot about the self, we forgot about our own self-love, right? And so you actually have to have boundaries sometimes with your own giving. And again, really breaking free of these codependency cords, because that is going to be the number one thing that dims your magnetism. I promise. As soon as I pulled out all of these codependency cords, so much flooded in for me. So much flooded in, right? It was literally life shifting. And I was just like, oh, I was so used to finding safety through these codependency cords. And then like so much opened up and turned on that I wasn't even aware of. It was like, oh my God, all my blessings were just right here, but I was too busy corded into these other people. And all I had to do was just like release these attachments, offer forgiveness, right? And really just open my heart. And there's so much more abundance when you can drop those codependency cords, right? And then you can open and expand your capacity to receive. And life just gets to be a lot easier from there, because your heart is doing the hard work for you. And so we can see, and as I've explained, like really manifestation, your feminine energy, it's grounded in the body, right? Confirmation. And so your, like, let's just say like your abundance, let's just call it general abundance, right? That can be your money, your love, your joy, your happiness, your ultimate fulfillment. They're like, you have this much of a tank, right? Let's call it 100 ounces. Like your physical body can hold 100 ounces of abundance, of joy, of play, of pleasure, whatever, the things that make you happy. But 70% of it is clogged from the pain of your past, those codependency cords, right? Your hurt, your trauma, your suffering. It's 60%. Did I say 60 or 70? 70% of your tank is full of that energy from your past. So your happiness level and your abundance, the amount of money you're allowed to make, and not allowed, but like able to make and hold, is only 30%. Right? And so you have to ask yourself, if your pain is more important, if the pain of the past is more important, or if your future and all of the abundance that waits you is more important. Right? Because so many people just love to bring up the past because that's what they're full of. They're full of that pain because they haven't actually come back into their body to feel those emotions and release it and clear it from their energetic body. But what happens when you can anchor in safety, it's like, oh, your tank starts to drain out. That muddy water starts to drain out of your body. And now you're at 10%. Now you can fucking hold 90, right? Like, holy shit. Just manifested 90 grand out of nowhere, right? It's because I cleared out my energy field of the pain and the trauma and the emotions and other people's energy. Because when you're connected and corded to other people through codependency, you're literally storing other people's shit for them, right? And so when you can have those boundaries and give everyone back their own energy, suddenly you just start to naturally feel fucking better because you drained their energy from your fucking tank, right? And so now you just drained out your dirty, muddy water, and now you have a full fucking tank of gorgeous, spring, abundant water that is going to do so much more for you in your body, right? Have you ever switched from like shit ass like water to like spring water? You can like literally fucking taste the difference, right? It's like, oh, the universe is now like, damn, she's now feels like she's worthy of having this whole spring. Like, we'll just fill her fucking tap full of spring water, right? And then your whole body and your channel is fucking clear as fuck. And you can hold a lot more from that place. And that's why your natural beauty will start to change and come online because it's full of spring water. It's clear, your skin will improve, right? Your natural light will start to show in your face. Like, I was laughing with one of my friends yesterday because we were like showing old photos of ourselves where our lights were off behind our eyes, right? Or like that person had dead eyes. Right? Your light, like your inner light just starts to click on because it is reflected, your outer beauty is reflected on your internal vibration, right? So we say from the ground up, it's a ground up glow up, right? Your physical reality will shift as a result of you doing the inner work to clear out your pain and your past and your emotions, right? And so that is why emotions, not having boundaries, and codependency is really the number, and really holding on to things from the past, like anger and people and things that have gone wrong in the past, really is the number one thing that affects your feminine vibration, right? And not feeling safe. So when we can integrate all of that and we can heal all of that, your feminine energy just naturally clicks. Because it's not necessary, like I always say, that you don't have to do any work on your divine feminine. She's already there, right? She's already the diamond. She's just waiting for you to clear out the dirt to reveal it. She just will naturally click on as soon as you start releasing the dirt. And so, that's why I believe, this is my embodied experience, coming back into your body and releasing all of those emotions and the pain from your past, you just naturally become more feminine. Like, healing and raising your vibration is a very physical process. And it requires safety for you to go there with yourself. And then your power comes on, you're safe, you feel like there's like, imagine how you will feel if you just go about your day to day, like just feeling safe, powerful, and open-hearted, right? your natural beauty is just going to be shooting fucking out to everyone, right? And so then everything just gets to be a fun game from that place, because you did the hard work of releasing it, clearing out those denser vibrations, so then the light, the higher density energies can just come up, because you've opened those lower chakras, those lower channels, right? And you've squeezed out all of the dirt, and now you're just pure spring water, orange juice, right? And I promise, and now you're just projecting orange juice and spring water, and so that's all you're getting back is like, ooh, more juice, more spring water, less dirt and gunk, right? Because that's what you're holding in your mirror. That's what's manifesting in your reality. And so if you want to do this for yourself, I have a very exciting container that I'm launching with my dear friend Jacqueline. We're like the little twins. We're both like mirrors for each other. We're both Jacqueline. We're both Jack. And she is a powerful energy healer. She's also an astrologer. And so inside of this container, we're going to use energy healing. She does a specific form of energy healing called AHAI 7D energy healing. It is freaking epic. I can share some of my profound healings and activations and stories that I have gone through her sessions. It's crazy. She literally like grounded me into my body in one session. I was like, I've tried to do this for 7 years. How the heck did you just do this in one session? She literally just gave me a new root chakra in one session. She's like, it's just full of bricks now, and like we just like keep expanding it. And I can literally, I shit you not, just sit here without a fucking thought in my brain and just be like as chill and cool as a fucking rock, like as rooted as a rock. I'm like one of those like big Miami trees with like the trunk on trunk on trunk on roots. And for someone who had 6 planets in air and was like a space cadet my entire life, it really is like miraculous and magical. And it's like, I'm grateful every day for her gift and her channel and her energy healing, because it's been like the most profoundly life-changing thing for me, because I did it on my own for so long, and then it was just like, oh, we just 100x'd it like so much faster and easier with just energy healing. And so these are the things that we're going to do inside of this feminine frequency container. We're going to go through all of the chakras, and we're going to clear out your energy field so that you can come back and be embodied in your body, so that you can naturally turn your feminine magnetism on, take your power back, be connected to your intuitive channel, so that you don't have to like go outside of yourself for seeking answers. You could just trust your knowing, and you're connected to yourself, so you just always are knowing what to do. It's like you're just connected to your inner guidance system, so that you can feel safe. You'll feel less anxious, less stuck in overthought, overwhelm, hypervigilance. Like you'll have control of your reality. You'll feel powerful. Your magnetism is going to come back on. Confirmation. Your literally your physical appearance will shift, because we've cleared out all of the energy and the emotions and the gunk from your energetic body. Like the before and afters are crazy. I'm truly so excited about this, because it's literally just going to be a total glow up from the ground up. And I can't wait to just hold space for this, because it's going to just be the most epic, power-packed 6 weeks of transformation. So if that sounds like something that you want to do and you're just ready to just feel good in your body and just wake up naturally vibrant and magnetic, and you're serious about like up-leveling, definitely join this container. It's going to be so epic, so magical, so just miraculous. And I'm so excited to see like the transformations of the women inside of this container, because it's just like no doubt gonna like blow us all away. And so we're really gonna just do that work that I outlined inside of this video together, combined with the energy healing, to just really like life hack, shortcut the healing and this work. So I can't wait to see you inside and really just manifest glow up from the ground up. So I'll see you soon.